I think trying online is a huge, like, it's very important just because, like, that's where you, like, build the trust with your team. And,
yeah, I mean, the reason that I think that we were so good on Optic when I was on the roster is because we always gave it our all, like, day in and day out in scrims.
You boys
like, we always tried. We always tried. Like, obviously, there was going to be times where we kind of, like...
You boys left nothing out there on the field.
Yeah,
I swear to God.
Thank you. I mean, that's good to hear because I think that a lot of teams, they lack that. They
I tried. I was like, God damn, they're them.
Welcome back to another Optic Halo BTH Drop Pod Halo Pod episode. Who gives a frick? I don't even know what we're on. A few things to talk about today. First off, congrats to the Call of Duty team. Apparently everyone has off content this week.
What? Really?
Except us.
Oh shit.
Guess we'll have a talk with them later about that. But if there's someone that's gonna hard carry the Optic content, it might as well be us. But in all seriousness, congrats to the COD team. It was absolutely insane what they did. I'm assuming you watched. You were in the you were in the Open Cup all weekend.
Yeah, I watched the whole thing.
So, but that was just, I mean, from how the season started to all the team changes to going 0-18 in a map count to then
I felt like it was like a whole month of them like, are they gonna win a map?
Not even that, just like
I thought the rest of the season was fucked.
People thought they weren't even gonna make champs.
Yeah, people were saying they're not gonna make.
I mean, they're making roster changes like after every event. It's like, I don't know, that shit's weird.
Stressful. It's extremely stressful. Like everybody sees the end result, but they don't understand the stress that goes on behind the scenes when you're trying to make team changes. You gotta let somebody go that you're friends with, that you really like. It's just not working out in the game. Just trying to practice, also doing content. Nick mentioned that yesterday in the watch party, that during that whole entire, I guess,
during
span,
that whole the whole span of them getting shit on, they still had to show up and do content. Not only like, imagine being in their position as like the Halo team and say you're like 0-18, y'all are just getting thrashed, and then you like,
I'm not. I don't
are you showing up to game chats? And
don't think
talking
I am.
about
I really don't think
week.
I am. I don't think I'm responding to Paige. I'm just like thumbs down and reacting. I'm not coming.
When Paige sends the content sheet, just give it a thumbs down.
We win a map, I'll come do content.
Show up.
I don't deserve to do content at that point. Fuck that.
That is funny.
Yeah, I think I mean, people do recognize, because it's, you know, it's the Optic way of doing content on top of, you know, trying to be the best. But I mean, they went from Kenny, Pred, to like Huke.
They had the exact roster they have
drop.
now, but instead of Merc, it was Kenny at one point. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
Wait, say that again.
Did they have the exact roster they just won with? But instead of Merc, at one point it was Kenny too.
Right.
They were doing and
they were doing all right.
Yeah, they got top 6 at
they were pretty good at the beginning of the game. Like I think that's why
they were the #1 seed in the beginning.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
They were doing really, really well online, and then they just went to LAN. They didn't do bad.
They got like top 8.
Yeah. I think it was like top 6, but then I forgot who they lost to, but it wasn't like they weren't playing how they were in
I think they got top 8, and I think that's why they wanted to make like they were the #1 seed going into it. It was Shotzi, Huke, Kenny, Dashy. Yeah. Then they were the #1 seed online. That's when Shotzi said everyone's dog shit. They need to start. Was it on?
Just playing for the win.
Was it on a flycast?
No, he tweeted it. He tweeted
it?
A whole series. It was like.
But I remember him like talking about it as well, and like on something.
He was like, everybody's dog shit. They need to start playing for the win. Put the fries in the bag.
Fries in the bag.
He said at COD Press, put the fries in the bag.
And then they go to the event. They get top 8. I guess they thought a team change was.
I'm pretty sure they brought back Pred and Kenny after that, didn't they?
They dropped Huke and brought back Pred, I think.
Yeah, Pred and Kenny. I think they brought back the Champs roster. Like, fuck it.
Yeah, they brought back that. Didn't work. Made another team change or dropped Pred again. Then they dropped Kenny.
I don't know.
Like, I mean, just it's so much happened. It's hard to even like remember and keep track, because that was all of this in the beginning of the season.
Oh yeah, Skies too.
Skies like, and Skies is I think our substitute now. He was like, I'll take what do you say? I'll take a bench ring or something like that. But just an insane year for the COD.
I can't imagine how Huke feels like out of everyone thinking about it, because Huke was fucking. I think it's his first event went on Optic, right? I think I saw something like that.
On Optic, I think so.
Because he was in Challengers too.
Like 4 or 5 times.
Dude, and even when he's dropped, like people aren't like picking him up.
Yeah, it was weird.
Like he'll just like go to
maybe like on the best challengers teams or like the worst team in the league.
Yeah, I give a lot of credit to Huke, especially because he started the year in challengers, got his way back onto, or made his way back onto Optic, got let go again, and then was just still grinding 8s, playing just nonstop.
I mean, just have the mental too to like get dropped and then keep coming back to the same teams that keep dropping you. I feel like that's insane.
and he comes back with like a positive ass attitude.
Like, I'd be like, fuck you guys.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Got some
Fuck this, I'm gonna be statin. I mean,
no, get the hill. Get the fucking hill.
even before we were doing this pod, we were back there watching some of the Joey Update has the comms from all the matches, and we were like watching some of the key moments, and every single time, like you were even saying, like Huke's comms.
Yeah,
like,
Huke has God comms.
Huke has God comms. His comms just like they stick out.
Yeah.
He says the right thing. It's not like too much. It's not too little, but like just the way he says it, he was getting hype at the right moments. Like Huke kind of has fucking.
I don't
God
realize how
comms.
much he was in his bag, like in the comm wise. Like it was actually pretty insane.
I feel like I don't know if I've heard Huke like that, but also we haven't seen Huke in this type of situation since like what they won in like 2020 or something with Envy. I feel like we haven't seen Huke on top like that in a while. I think it was just being in finals and you really just get in. It almost felt like when we were playing Boston in winners finals, it almost felt like Boston was happy with top 3.
Yeah.
And there was no way we were going to be happy unless we were winning this event. The year was it was too long of a year, hard fought, and we made it that far. Like we have to win this event. Like those type of players, fucking Shotzi and Dashy, everyone on that team, man, it's like we came too far to just like be happy with top 3. And it almost, I'm talking out of my ass, but it kind of seemed like Boston was sort of like that. Surge in the back of their heads, like, damn, we always get second. Yeah, it's like, here we go again. The movie's gonna.
I had high hopes just due to the fact that I think Surge had made the most grand finals this year, along with LAT.
Yeah, they Surge made finals 3 times.
3 times, even though they lost every time. Like,
I mean, it's still something to be.
There's just the fact they've been in that situation before, like in a grand finals. Like I knew they thought they could probably do it by then. You know what I mean?
Abuza was shitting.
Abuza was him. Overall was good too.
Abuza was fucking making plays, and then 04 was just. He was kind of pissing me off.
He's being a rat.
He was being a fucking rat.
They were pretty damn resilient. I'm not gonna lie. I wasn't expecting them to be that resilient.
Yeah,
that was the best grand finals that they played.
I thought we were just gonna. I wouldn't say roll over them because it is grand finals at Worlds. Like, that's usually not how it goes. But they were fighting back. An amazing tournament to watch. So congrats again to the COD boys. Just insane. Can't wait to see the process. Raj is. I don't know how the process works. Matt, is it like all 3 of you work on the process, or is it kind of Roger takes that and makes it his baby? Okay, it's gonna be Roger's got it. There's no.
Where's just Roger who does it? He's like tweaks out and just does that shit.
Just up for days, up for fucking weeks.
That's how Hitch was back in the day when he was doing Vision. Hitch would be up all night.
Hitch was banging him out every couple weeks though.
No, I swear, it's like I remember watching that shit like weekly or something.
It would have been hard to put together a process. Maybe not hard. It would have been a depressing process for the beginning of the year because the COD boys are, they were going through what they went through. But to not have any process come out since then and to just have this entire year to combine into one, this shit better be, and no pressure. I actually love how Raj puts together videos and I trust him. Like if I was to make some kind of big documentary about myself, which I don't know what it'd be about, but I would want Roger to do it. He's just, I have faith in him. There's a whole year for him to he can start at last year's Worlds and just build up to this moment.
But there hasn't been one since last year's Worlds. Correct?
I don't know.
Can start at EWC last year. I always forget that EWC is after.
Yeah, that kind of pisses me off. If I was a COD player, that pissed me off.
And then someone's gonna win it. I mean, hopefully we win it, but someone's gonna win it. Then they think they go out on top. Like, trust me, you ain't out.
It'd be so much better if EWC was before champs. Because it's still like
there was like a month break. Like why not fucking throw in?
It'd just be so. I was like me personally. It'd be sorted. Like I know EWC for a lot of money, but like fuck, it'd be sorted. Like play it
because you feel like the season's done when you're playing your regular season. Like when I say regular season, I mean CDL, and you have champs. You feel like that's done, but then you have a whole another month and you have another tournament. Because I think EWC's in August. I think this year. I'm not 100% sure.
Yeah, I think so.
But it's like if you win both, you get a nice check. Because FaZe, they got top 6 at Worlds last year too, or Champs, and then they won EWC, and that's probably why they chose to stick together.
That is why. I was just about to say, like, EWC can like completely change.
Yeah, they went on a 3-peat too. They won
the dynamic of and they stay together, went on like a little 3-peat. But like last year, I'm pretty sure there was going to be some changes on FaZe if it wasn't for EWC or whatever.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I guess I would like to see it. I mean, there already was like a month break before, like there were no league there was no CDL league matches. There was just nothing but like scrims behind the scenes. No one was streaming anything, so it was just like there was nothing going on. I feel like that tournament should be thrown maybe before Champs. Because Champs, 100%. I feel like Champs should end the year. Whoever wins Champs is on fucking top. I don't know. Hopefully maybe we can come out and win that shit again.
I did want to mention just real quick. It's kind of going back into what we were talking about when you were mentioning that Boston was going to be happy with just the top 3 placing and Optic wasn't going to be happy unless they won. You could physically tell just in their body language. They're laughing after matches where they just got slammed. No disrespect at all.
You're talking about Boston?
Yeah, did you see that?
Yeah, they were like laughing. Like the coach came on stage. It's fine after game 1, like, you know, trying to get the vibes right.
Imagine Formal smiling at that moment.
Not at all. Not at all. And I wouldn't be either. Like, you got to lock in. Like, it's not, you're in Champs winners finals. You have to lock in. There's no time to be laughing. Like I said, maybe after game 1 where you're trying to get the vibes back, but after game 2 where you just got slammed, I think it was like 6-1 or something like that, that was not the time to be laughing and smiling at all. The coach should have been telling them, yo, lock in. Like, this is a great opportunity. You don't get this opportunity very many times, if again. So you need to make sure you make the most of it then. But I just want to mention that real quick because that was like something that you could tell. It was a glaringly obvious.
Pissed you off.
Yes.
Yeah, like if I'm on the other team and I'm seeing that, I'm like, oh, okay, these guys don't want to be here.
Yeah, that's what I'd be saying to my teammates. If I see them laughing, I'd be like, yo, they're fucking breaking. Like they do not take this serious. Just running them over this last game. Like,
I thought it was funny. Dashy, when Dashy stood up, is there a quick way to find that clip of Dashy standing up? He thought they won. I feel like it's got to be on Twitter somewhere.
I think that was versus FaZe. I know what you're talking about. When they thought they beat FaZe early. On like map 3 on the control.
Yeah, where he's like
play FaZe?
Yeah, they played round 1.
Round 1.
Oh, I don't think I saw that. I think I was. Were we?
I'm pretty sure that's what it was, right?
It was.
I had to have seen that. I don't know, but he was fucking. We'll find the clip, but when he stood up, it was like, let's fucking
Mark,
go.
the way Mark
or
looked
something.
at him. I don't know if anyone peeped the way Mark looked at him. Mark was like, what the fuck? Yo.
And then he looks over.
He gives
Everyone
like
else
a
is
death
sitting
stare.
down. He was like, come. And then he just noticed. He was like, come on. And he like tried to play it off.
He's like, oh shit, I blacked out. He's like, I thought we won. I blacked out.
Like, holy shit, I thought we won. Shotzi started crying, laughing. They all started laughing.
I think there's like a comms video of it because I remember like I saw that like the day after.
I saw it a few times on Twitter. I don't know if we'll be able to find it, but
I've been there before. Trust me. I know how you felt, Brandon. I've been there
like,
twice.
Why are we standing up?
So what? You stood up and thought you won?
Yeah, bro. Worlds.
Yeah.
Remember Worlds when I stood up? I'm like about to cry, and then you guys got
the emotions hit that quick.
Yeah, bro. Because the confetti is going down. It's everybody.
I literally remember like Kevin in my ears like. He's like, they're not playing. I was like, oh shit, we're down to 0-3 in the hill.
We were going to win the game, but they got in the hill the very last second. So when you get in the hill, it's tough for time.
Yeah.
And I have my earbuds off, the actual headset on that you communicate with. And then they're like, Tommy's like, sit down. They're still in. I'm like, oh shit, like what do I do? Because I'm like thinking about it. You see me try to reach over to my headset and I'm just like, I can't do it. I just got to lock in. You
didn't even put your headset back on?
No.
I mean, it was like 3 seconds.
The worst part is, I'm pretty sure they broke our setup and they wouldn't even like calling out.
We were laughing and everything, and then when we just chuck nades in the hill, we got him out, and I was like, thank God, because if they came back on that when I have no headset on and everything, then it could get really mixed.
We're done 0-3 in the series. If we came back and won that, wow,
it could be getting really weird at that.
That would have had to be
that is the time it would get weird though.
Like you see the stress on my face. Like
I wouldn't even be trying. I was like, just let him have the win, bro. I can't even be asked.
You guys are going hard for that win at the end. But it was a good feeling though, and that happened to me another time in 2017 at a Halo 5 event.
Oh, with Lunchbox and Renegades?
Yeah, bro. It was winners round 1, and winners round 1 in Halo has never been best of 7.
Yeah, that was crazy.
I went to the bathroom before the series. We have Randa as our coach. Randa didn't tell me when I got back because obviously they talked to the coach about the game types before and whatnot. We win the game 5 and it was like a reverse sweep, so I was hyped. I was like, I did more than Brandon did. I got up, I was dapping my teammates up and everything.
You walked over to them to like fist bump them.
Yes,
like,
and then my teammates were telling me like while I'm looking down at them and they have their headset on, they're like, yo, we still got to play. It's best of 7. I'm like, oh shit, and I just run back over to my station. We lose.
Game lost game 7. Regret
it. Yeah, game 7. It was like if we won that series, it would have been huge because that was us versus Envy.
All right, let's peep this clip. Then we'll get into some Halo. Oh, we can't hear it.
Look at Merc now. Go back and look at Merc's eyes right there. You can tell he's like, yo, what the fuck?
Wait, go back.
You can tell Merc wants to be like, sit the fuck down. Look at him.
No. He was talking.
Brucey thought he won. Seth knew. Seth fucking knew.
No, that probably checked him though, because they probably saw him stand up.
They probably just thought
They probably weren't thinking it in their head.
Yeah, they just thought he was just yelling at him.
So wasn't there? So we 3-0'd FaZe, right?
Yeah.
And then did someone said there were 2 of the good teams that didn't win a map?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure
Was
LAT
it
didn't.
FaZe?
I'm pretty sure LAT didn't win a map, and
Yeah.
Toronto didn't win a map.
Really?
Yeah. But FaZe won a
LAT
series.
didn't win a map.
I think they
Fuck.
both got 06, but I
Yeah.
thought it was just crazy.
Because I think after OpTic played FaZe, they played Toronto, and then they played FaZe, or then they played Boston.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Toronto got 3-0'd by OpTic, right? Yeah. Yeah, and then Toronto got 3-0'd by Surge.
Yeah, we went 3-0, 3-0, 3-0. I was like, if we win this event without dropping a map, that would be fucking. I mean, but we saw the finals. It was hard fought, and I guess once again, congrats to the boys, man. Can't wait to see them again. Hopefully, we go out, maybe celebrate a little bit. I know that's not really their thing.
Pop a couple
I don't know if
bottles.
that's anyone's thing anymore. No one really does anything on OpTic.
I get lost in the night.
What's a day in the life like
can't
for
say,
you?
Can't say. Next topic.
You can't legally say.
Can't legally say. Next topic.
All right, well, congrats to them, man. I guess we can get into speaking of winning. The OpTic Halo team decided to play in the HCS Open Cup. Why did y'all decide to play?
I mean, there's nothing else to do, and we're like, fuck it, let's give people some content. So
Because Formal's usually like, I'm not playing in that shit.
he was the one who's like, let's play this weekend. I'm like, all right, I'm done.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, last weekend was. I mean, me and Legend played last weekend. It was kind of like whatever.
One
but
again.
We were just like, you know what, let's play. There's nothing else to do. And I think this is the last one before. This is like the last online tournament. I think before the event anyway.
Yeah.
So like, fuck it.
The next
Yeah, I
one is the
think
qualifier.
Yeah, the qualifier. Do y'all play in the qualifier?
No.
No. Is it who?
I think
Is
it's-
it just the top?
Everyone
the top
that's
four
not
don't
top four.
play?
Everyone's not top four. That's
Okay. So yeah, played in the Open Cup. I guess not really too much to say about that. You guys kind
we
of
lost a map.
you lost one map, kind of ran through everyone. I guess the only standout thing from that Open Cup was FaZe.
And, I guess FaZe and Envy.
I was gonna say
FaZe and Envy, but
682.
actually let's start with FaZe first, and then we'll talk about Team 6-8. FaZe in the past 3 Open Cups,
Every single one.
every single Open Cup that has happened since FaZe has formed they have gotten upset by a lesser team. I don't want to say I called it, but I did kind of call it when these teams were formed. Like at first, like you think FaZe is the better team, like Lucid, Trippy, Penguin. They're that trio is formed again. Then they got fucking Snakebite, and it's Snakebite. The dude's just it's fucking Snakebite. What else is there to say? So you just think that team's gonna be really good, or at least like that's an upgrade to where all those players were before. But then I looked at the other side, Stellar, Eco, Falcated, and Suppress. I was like, this is kind of what SSG, what I think Eco and Stellar wanted, like faster, maybe like kind of, I don't want to say more skilled, but just like more aggressive and faster type of players. It fits the Eco, Stellar, SSG system. And so a lot of people were saying FaZe, and then I was like, you know what, I think FaZe as well. Then I remember changing my mind, like, actually, I think this SSG, I have my Invisalign in, I can't talk. This SSG team, they might actually, I think this is definitely an upgrade for them, and they might actually be able to do some shit this season or with this switch. Like, I do feel more confident in that team for whatever reason, and I feel like the past few Open Cups have sort of shown that. FaZe getting upset in every single Open Cup since they've played. Brad, what do you think? I mean, this is what you love. What do you think the FaZe issues are about? Obviously, you can chirp in if you want. I know whenever Formal's here, I talk about this with Brad. I'm like, if we're gonna talk about the Open Cups and Formal's on, Because Formal would be like, bro, I'm not fucking talking about
said
that.
it
And I'm like, bro, it's the Halo pod. There's an open cup of the week. Like, we have to talk about it. I know he doesn't want to put, like, say some motherfuckers are shit. Then it's bad juju. What if you lose to them? Blah, blah, blah. So I get it. So I guess, it's just, it's APG. But this is what APG loves. He loves the drama. He loves the Pound. If you'd like to say anything, you're more than welcome.
So you go first. You go first, Brad.
All right. So, actually, Matt, can you pull up Halo Data Hive from the?
This boy's in his bag. This boy's in his bag.
At last second, he'll just be like, "Bring up Halo Data Hive."
Pull up that Data Hive.
He has to
He's sitting
start
up. I don't like
coding
this.
over there to just to find shit.
I'm sorry, Matt. I'm sorry. So I'd say go down. I want to see the FaZe versus. You can just pull it up in another tab. FaZe versus SSG, and then I also
right there on the left.
Yeah, just like
You
right
just
click
it.
Yeah, perfect. And then I also want to see FaZe versus Cloud9 because FaZe lost to Cloud9 on the Saturday of the Open Cup, so the first day, and that just goes into what you were saying about how they've lost or gotten upset every single Open Cup. There's been 3 so far.
When was the FaZe versus Cloud9?
It's on the next view all
Saturday.
series, Matt. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm never on this website, so I don't know.
So I think
it's a great website.
I think that
You love
there's
this website.
I don't fucking like it.
no, you don't want to love this website.
You don't want to love this website.
As a competitor, you don't. But I do think that FaZe, I think that they're having some internal issues, and I'm not saying like personality issues or something like that, but they're having some sort of problem figuring out how they want to play. I think it was the previous cup where we were watching them get come back on by or not get comeback. They lost to Envy, I think the last cup, and they also lost to Complexity. This week they lost to Cloud9, who did not make the Pro League. So for the people that are watching,
Cloud9's basically a top 12 team.
Yes, they are. They're literally. I mean, they could be getting top 8, top 6, but like right now, technically they are top 12.
Losing a breaking shot, and who else?
Yeah,
is
but
on that team?
they also got what, third yesterday? Yeah, they got third yesterday. Cloud9 did.
Shit don't make no sense.
It makes no damn sense.
Yeah, it doesn't, because they lost. So like I said, for the people that are watching, there is the Pro League starting today. And this is the 30th of June. But there was a Pro League qualifier for the last 2 spots. There's 8 teams total.
Wait, we should show the Sporty clip. You know the Sporty clip?
What, were you talking shit to them after
Were you screaming at the top of his lungs? Have you seen this?
Yeah, it's on YouTube. It's a YouTube clip. I don't know where to find it. If you go on Twitter, you might be able to find it. But Omit beat Cloud9 in the qualifier, and Cloud9 also lost to Complexity. So then, and that was on Friday. So then the Open Cup started on Saturday. They somehow turned it around and beat FaZe for their last winners match of the day, and I think they beat them in Game 5. And that is a really big problem for FaZe, because they're getting beat by top 6 to top 12 teams, and they have to play in the qualifier in a couple weeks where they're going to play these teams as well, and they're going to be in a hard-ass pool because of their seed. From the first online cup, FaZe, or even before then, when the team changes happened, FaZe was looking like the most vibey team, all right? They were laughing. They were making jokes about people saying that they were playing slow. They have, in their clan tag Slug or something like that. And they're playing, like I said, they're playing matchmaking. They're vibing. They're streaming. Everything's going well.
But is that forced vibe shit?
It might be. It might be. Respectfully, we're just the media guys, okay? We're saying this respectfully. The first online cup, they played Complexity. It was on the Saturday, the first online cup, the first day of the online cup.
That boy Random came diffy. I remember that.
They did. They got beat FaZe got beat 3-0, and it was a bad 3-0. Okay, it was a bad 3-0. But that first online cup, they had their streams on, cams on, comms on. Okay, everything was copacetic. The next day, they turn their comms off, stream's still on, but only the person that is streaming has their comms on. The next cup, I think it's the same thing. And now this cup, they lost on the first day to Cloud9. And then the next day on Sunday, all streams off, no comms, nothing, all streams off. So they're trying to lock in. I'm assuming that they started to progressively downgrade their streams, or when I say that,
I don't think anyone on FaZe streamed this.
No, they didn't. Yeah. They didn't. That's what I mean. Like, they progressively just downgraded. And when I say downgrade, I mean they've just turned more stuff off to the point where now they just turn the stream off. And I think that's because they, number one, don't want people to be making think pieces on them with their comms. Yes, which we do. And I think that's just normal, to be honest. And then they also don't want to see, or want people to see, their struggles and what they're trying to work on, which I completely understand. But for a team of this caliber to be consistently losing in the fashion that they are losing is a problem. If you're going to, I guess, see success, you're probably going to start playing well by now. You know what I'm saying? At least against the top teams. SSG just started scrimming, I think, a couple weeks ago, or maybe even a week ago. They're they're doing great. Okay, they're doing great. They got second in I think the last online cup, and they got second in
they
this
got
one.
back-to-back seconds.
Yes,
Yeah.
so they're looking like they made the better roster.
I just feel like they're getting better for sure. I mean, I don't know. With FaZe, I feel like I don't really understand why. Because like I feel like they're not even consistently placing like top 3, which I think is pretty crazy. Because it's literally just the OpTic team last year, but it's obviously just mad for Snakebite. So I feel like they should have some like type of foundation to be able just to win off of that. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
But the fact they're placing this better is kind of like insane to me.
Well, watching them,
I know they're better than that.
Watching them, I see some of the same problems that were in the OpTic team last year, with their just pacing, them kind of getting trapped. And it was even our problem when I was on the team too. Sometimes like we would get trapped, like say it's on recharge, you spawn A, you need to make a push somewhere, whether it's be tower or going pipes, half wall, whatever it may be. You can't just sit there and just let the enemy team push up on you. That's what FaZe is doing a lot. And it's very noticeable when you're watching it because you can just tell.
They keep trapping themselves a lot.
Yes, they don't have.
Talking about on recharge, like top gold.
Yes.
And shit. We were watching that.
Yes.
You're like, what are they doing?
Yes, because they're just sitting there, and then I can tell that something bad is going to happen. And if I can tell that, they should be able to tell it even faster because they're in the game. Obviously, we can see the outlines, but they should be able to understand that they're going to get pushed if they continuously sit back and play passive. The enemy team, if they realize that they're playing like that, they're just going to keep on rushing them. That's how players work. If they notice that you have these slow tendencies or you're not playing confidently, they're going to take advantage of that, especially the top teams such as Shopify and OpTic. They're going to take advantage of that. So, okay, wait, scroll down a little bit, Matt Craig, please. Please and thank you. So, this series...
That was a pretty good whistle. That was a pretty good whistle.
That was a good whistle. So this series,
wait, that boy Donnie. Wait, hold on.
we didn't get to see this because we were watching COD CHAMPS.
Stank.
Yeah,
That boy Donnie. Wait, I didn't even know. Holy shit.
so this is something I want to point out. Look at the damage taken between Snakebite and I believe Lucid. Now they have the same amount of deaths, but the same. Or I think Tommy has a little bit more damage taken, like 1,000. So that means that Tommy is staying alive a little bit longer than PJ is, while doing damage too. PJ was, I think, and I didn't see the series, I'm just assuming by looking at the stats that he was maybe doing a little bit of damage, but it was to no avail, and then he was just dying. Like he would get weak, but then he would die. He wasn't playing his life too well. Because this is an uncharacteristic series from Snakebite, and I'd say the entire team. I don't think I've seen Tommy with a 0.8 in a long ass time. But SSG, I'm gonna give them some credit here too. Suppress, Donnie going crazy. 1.6
fucking
in 3 games too. Crazy. Kevin's been playing great
1.8.
too. 1.8. Yeah, wow.
I'm just looking at these stats alone. You can tell it's definitely just like one team outplaying the other team. It's not really like one guy going off, and you know what I mean? It's literally one team's outplaying the other team.
They're just playing better Halo, and I think that is a problem with FaZe. They're not playing good Halo overall, and I think a lot of people, they try and give FaZe like the benefit of the doubt, saying they're going to be better on LAN.
I mean, I feel like that is true to a degree.
But it is. But you think about it like this: all other teams get a LAN buff as well. Like, look at SSG. They are notoriously known. I say more so specifically Stellar and Eco. They're known for not giving online their all.
I do think other teams don't. I wouldn't say every team gets a LAN.
Yeah, I don't know if
like FaZe versus Envy online. I'm like, if Envy beats FaZe, like I'm not surprised. FaZe versus Envy on LAN,
or even
I'm expecting FaZe
even complexity is kind of like, I don't know if they're gonna do that on LAN.
That's a good point. That's a good point. But I'd say like the top 4 rosters that we're expecting to be in the top 4, they all are going to get better on LAN. They all are experienced. They know what it takes to win a tournament. So if you're going to give FaZe that benefit of the doubt, you have to apply that same ideology to all other top teams, because right now, the way that FaZe is playing, they're not going to get a LAN buff because they're going to get to the event and play the same exact way. They have to make some sort of changes before they actually leave for the event, because you're going to practice how you play. Okay, if you have if you have bad practice or lackluster practice, it's going to show in your gameplay and it's going to translate. If you even have a losing scrim or you're not doing too well online, as long as you're building good habits and good tendencies, it will show on LAN. But right now,
I heard FaZe was doing really good in scrims.
They have been doing very well in scrims. They were even doing well in scrims before the other online cups where they have been getting upset. That is another problem that I wanted to bring up.
They're pulling a BTH in 2010. Dominate in scrims at TLNs, but then when it comes tourney time,
but you would even dominate on, like at the LAN network.
We would dominate.
And then you wouldn't dominate
we
on
would
the real
destroy
LAN?
everyone.
That makes no sense.
And then we'd go to the event. Like, we would have the most winning record by far.
And
At like
break.
2010, it was like every single TLN, we had the most winning record, like easily. Then we get to the event, top 6, randomly get a top 12, then another top 6. Like,
you guys were nasty though. That was
We were
that team
fucking
should have
good.
won.
We just-
That team should have won.
2010 was my year to like bring me to the top, like to be solidified on like a maybe top 2 or top 3 team.
Well, here, this is.
But like at the events we just won it. Fucking do it. Maybe I'm bad on land.
No, that's a good ass point. Is not that you're bad on land, but that you said that they're like BTH, because even us when we were on BTH, because I did the interview with Eli Mikowski, and they brought up us playing in 2010 on BTH against FB. But we would be good against all other teams. But when it came to FB and I think TD at the time, we were not
top
good.
2
It
teams.
was a
Yeah,
matchup.
like
Like you couldn't match up well.
No, we didn't match up well at all. But we would make crazy losers runs, get to third, we're hype.
And you're like hoping they lose, and you're like, fuck.
Yeah, but yes, and then we would play the top teams and we just get smacked. And I feel like right now people need to start comparing, not even just FaZe, both of these 2 teams to Shopify and
BTH
Optic.
Maniac.
Yes, that too. But if you like, how good are they if they're just doing well against all other teams in scrims, but when it comes to the tournament, they're losing to the top teams? Because it's not like they're just expecting to get third. They didn't build these rosters to get third, fourth, even second. They're building them to win championships. So if they're not even competing with the championship team, when I say that, I mean Optic, then you have to start looking in the mirror and figuring out, okay, what are we doing wrong here? The reason why I wanted to bring up these stats is first, FaZe's first option that they wanted was going to be Precision. Okay, they wanted him for his speed, his skill, and they like PJ was their secondary option. No disrespect at all here, but I'm saying this from a public's like perspective. If PJ is that one person that was the last to get on the team and he has a performance like this, then people are going to start looking at him more with looking at him harder with a magnifying glass.
I feel like that dynamic too probably like kind of fucks their team from like the get-go, to be honest. Like knowing that like they didn't get who they wanted, so they had to get their second option, and their second option knows that.
Yeah.
And
It's kind of like when TJ had to go back to
having a series like this.
Yeah, it's kind of like when TJ had to go back to teaming with Sentinels after Kansas City.
Really good point. Really good
And
point.
it's like, how do you expect to win when you know what I mean? Like I don't know.
Like, yeah, that's a really good point. Great point, Adam. Like you have to have the vibes to
No, it wasn't
actually
Adam. That's
be a
weird.
successful team. No, because I forgot about that. I completely forgot about that.
It's kind of the same thing though. It's literally
No, it is.
then.
It is, because that is what we're seeing here. Like, PJ wasn't their first option. Precision's on Envy. Now they're looking good in scrims, but not doing good in the actual tournament. They're probably getting in their own heads, probably thinking about that. Like maybe, like damn, like what's wrong with our play style? We're playing slow. We're getting trapped. Maybe we needed Precision for his speed. Like, who knows what they're thinking right now? Because they're definitely thinking something if they turn off their streams and they're just going, like, they're just letting King J stream.
Like Snakebite on this team probably just feels like he's just all ears. Like he probably doesn't feel like he can say.
He probably feels he can do no right. Like everything he's doing is wrong too. To be honest, I think it's crazy the fact that Lucid and Trippy. I mean, this isn't like a shot at them or calling them onliners, but they've always been really good online, regardless of like who their teammates were.
Right.
But when those two are on the same team, like they're always top 3 online, or like
That's true.
probably the best teams online. So the fact that like I don't know, the fact that this is my first time ever seeing this out of them is kind of like I don't even know what to say. It's insane.
Because if you think about Halo 5, they were really good.
I didn't play
online.
back then, but I heard like they were the best online team.
Yeah,
I played you guys in
reciprocity.
2022 on Optic, and that was the greatest shit I've ever
No,
seen.
we were the best online team.
the
No,
greatest
we
shit
were.
I've ever seen this day.
Like that's a good point. Now I don't know what. Now I'm gonna ask you guys. What do you guys think that, or what do you think their issue is, and why they are not able to translate their online scrim performance to even the online tournament
I think
performance?
it's that dynamic I said with the snakebite. I think that literally.
I think if they would have got Precision instead of Snakebite, we wouldn't be seeing these issues. And that's not to say that even like Precision's better than Snakebite, but I think for this team, Precision would have been better than Snakebite. And that's not to even say like, Precision for fucking Penguin or something might be good. I'm not trying to like point out Snakebite or saying he doesn't have what it takes anymore, but sometimes there's just a dynamic to a team that you have to find. It's like Eco and Stellar. They couldn't work with fucking Lucid and shit. Like they had to find. There's some sort of dynamic between players that you have to find that works.
Yeah,
and I do think Precision would have worked for them. I think Snakebite's. He's been such a legend in his fucking career, and I'm sure he's always had a say on every team he's been on and in which how they want to play and blah blah blah. And now he's sort of teaming with the trio who probably has their sort of stuff of what they always like to do. Like back on Optic, this is how we like to do things. And
it's the odd man out.
He's he's just the odd man out in this, and not to mention that we're all getting older and. So it's just not the same as what it was. I mean, I don't know what they could do to fix it. I don't know what internal issues may be going on. If they're probably not arguing. I also think it's weird. Like Lucid gets kind of a little attitudey sometimes. Penguin, I think Penguin does as well. I mean, we just saw in like one stream, he seemed a little down. He was like throwing up his hands a little bit. He stops calming. He sort of doesn't even seem like he's trying sometimes. Penguin's a fucking good ass player. Don't get it fucked up. I'm pointing out the negatives because FaZe isn't doing that great right now. So I don't know. I just feel like the team probably just gets a little down, and there's something missing. And
so I want to ask you this now, not even just for Zane, but other players that might not take online too serious. Do you think that possibly could hold them back from seeing more success in their careers because they aren't technically practicing how they're going to play on LAN and just kind of waiting for the tournament to showcase their skills?
I mean, yeah, but it'd be hard for someone like me to give Penguin invite, or what the fuck. It'd be hard for someone like me to give Penguin advice on how he should prepare for an event, because Penguin's damn near plays top 2 his entire Halo Infinite career. Top 3, top 2 his whole Infinite career. So it's, I don't know, just be weird for me to give him advice, but I feel like just because someone is better, Penguin's career is better than mine, so it's like, I don't know, I feel weird just like critiquing it. But I know that I was a player, I don't want to say like Penguin, but there was a lot of my career, and I've even told you, like, one of my biggest regrets was how much I like wouldn't try online, and that I was Laniac and shit like that.
Did you give yourself that nickname, Laniac?
I think I gave it to myself.
That goes hard.
But then it like kind of caught on. But yeah, some of my biggest regrets were not giving it my all. Like, I remember even when we teams on Noble Black, like, we were arguing online, we weren't taking that serious. Like, I wasn't showing up like how I should have. And then we got top 12, lost to the fucking Suds. Then we got home after that, and we were like, all right, finals is in a few weeks. Every single practice, we're going hard as fuck. We're giving it our all. We're calming like we're at an event. Like, you don't overdo it. Don't like fake it, but just fucking play hard. Sign on. You warm up. You try hard in comms. You don't complain at all. And that's sort of what I started trying to do, or what I started trying to implement into my career. And I mean, it showed before finals, like, how much better we got when we were like, all right, finals is in a few weeks. No more complaining. Get on early, warm up, and try hard as fucking scrims. And like, we did that for a few weeks, and we got so much better. And like, because when we formed, we didn't think we were that good. Yeah. And we started trying hard as fuck, no complaining, no calling out people. We were staying after, going over shit, but like not overcomplicating it. And we got so much better after that. Yeah. And maybe it's something they could do. It is really hard for someone like me to critique, just those 4 players. But I mean, you can learn from anyone. And maybe that is what they're doing. Maybe I don't know. I personally think they're probably at a point where they're probably like overthinking and shit and trying to force plays, and because it's just not naturally there. Someone like Lucid might be trying to run the show. Penguin or Snakebite maybe feels like the odd man out. Penguin's just a little like disappointed in everything that's been happening. Trippy's trying to get drunk on the weekends.
Trippy's been playing good.
There's just
I'm gonna give kudos to Trippy. I think he's been playing really good.
When it's on Trippy's screen, I think Trippy's good as fuck.
I think he's been playing the best on that team.
Yeah, like, I can just see his sparring, like the plays he's trying to make. I can tell he's like, me personally, I think he's playing like the game correctly.
Yeah, he might be playing the best. I mean, I've seen Lucid do pretty good at times. Like, still have some pop off games, but it doesn't seem like the best player in the game. 2022 Lucid or whatever it was. So I don't know, man. I don't know what they could do. Obviously, I'm not in their ears, not in their fucking inner circle. We did, apparently there was a King J coach stream for the first time ever.
Yeah. So since they didn't have,
they stopped streaming, and then their coach King J decided to stream.
He had his comms on, just like calling out times and like his his little in-game, I guess, advice. Like any other coach, but it was actually, I think he's probably going to change the meta with that. Like, he had, I think, 4 point of views in Discord, or at least 3, and then just had their comms muted, but the stream could hear him calling out. So they're probably going to change the meta. But going back to FaZe and SSG, you were right, I think, when you said that SSG probably got the better end of the trade, because right now, we also don't see a lot of SSG publicly. You know what I'm saying? They don't really stream. Braden might turn on the stream here and there. Same with
Don't
Donnie.
stream, don't tweet.
Yes, we don't know what's really going on in their camp. All we do is see them play Halo, really, and so that we can assume from what we're seeing in the cups that they are making progress and they are playing like an actual team. You can see it in their gameplay too, like when they're running around, they're pushing together. They've got good movement. They've got good micro goals. They're playing correct Halo. I think again, FaZe, their biggest issue is number one, getting in their heads because they're losing to top 12/top 8 teams. And number two, their play style. They have to try and change it up because they're starting to look more reminiscent of their old selves back on OpTic last year, where they were just consistently getting second and not able to get across the finish line, even with Formal. So now they have a different player in Snakebite. And I don't know if PJ's trying to emulate Matt's play style or trying to just do him. I think he's probably just trying to do him. That's just me. No, I'm just talking. But I think that they do need to switch something up right now. Like, it has to be right now. It can't be in a week. It can't be in 2 weeks. It has to be right now.
When you say switch something up, do you mean like make a team change, or just like actually just like get a call and just figure it out?
Get in a call and figure it out. They have to have some sort of conversation about what they want to accomplish on the map, what they want their roles to be if they want to go that way, what they want to accomplish on the map. Like, say we get a setup here where where do we want to position ourselves? Who wants to get the sniper off the rip? Like, it just certain things, like that way they know what's going on and they know how each other plays, because you can't just be vibey in scrims and vibey in matchmaking and everything and then not translate that into actual performance. Because I do wish the best for them, and this is just us speaking in the media, but they have to change something immediately. And I say that also because for the people that are watching, the 4th seed at Salt Lake City is going to be determined by whoever has the most points before the qualifiers. Yeah. So right now I'm
pretty sure this series right here determined it.
Yeah, it did because these teams were very close. They were like 1,000 or so.
Whoever won it got 4th.
Yeah, if they were like 1,000 or like 1,500 points in between each other, which is literally just a placing above. Whoever places higher is going to get that advantage. So SSG now is going to have the 4th seed at Salt Lake City because they did better than FaZe in this qualifier or this Open Cup. Now, in the qualifier, FaZe is going to have to play. They're going to be playing against Envy, Cloud9, Complexity. FaZe is going to make pool play because of their points. Regardless if they get top 2, they're still going to qualify because they have more points than every other team. So the top 2 in the qualifier qualify for pool play with the top 6, and the next 2 qualify through the most points. So they're going to get through like no matter what, but they're going to try and get the best seed that they possibly can, so they're not playing an OpTic or SSG round 1 along with a Complexity or Cloud9 in their pool, because the pools at Salt Lake are going to be the hardest pools, in my opinion, of the year so far because of the way these seeds are. So they have to play in it. They need to fix something quick so they can actually perform in that qualifier to have more confidence going forward into the Salt Lake City event. They also need to fix it immediately too, because we got the Pro League. You guys are about to play them today too, after they just had a lackluster performance. So I don't know exactly what's going on, but that's just my advice, is that they need to change something so they actually can start to see more success.
Yes, man.
I guess do you have something to say?
I was just saying that was well said.
Thank you.
Yeah, well said, Brad.
Thank you.
He loves his rants.
He loves that. He said, pull up the dead eye.
The only other thing I would say from this cup, Matt, if you can click on the little topics page or something, there was a team formed called 6-8. Frosty, Cycle?
And 2 matchmaking kids.
Frosty, Cycle, and I guess 2 matchmaking Randino Amies. Also, 2 players that have been involved in the BTH tryouts, which if you don't know, the BTH tryouts, mostly Brad has got pulled together some crowd fund. We've gotten a lot of amateurs in the Halo scene, and we've done weeks upon weeks of tryouts to where me and Brad will spectate players, spectate teams. They play 8s against each other. We take notes. We see we try to think who's good or not, and then we advance the players to the next round to who will eventually make the BTH team and get flown out to.
This just sounds like American Idol. I'm not.
Hopefully to
We're going to Hollywood.
Yeah, hopefully to Salt Lake City or to one of these future events. But yeah, we've been doing BTH tryouts. Syrian and Lil Gators have been some of our top choices of players that we've been looking at. And what a coincidence! Cycle and Frosty, for whatever reason, never done before, decide to team with these 2 in the Open
They
Cup.
were trying to play with us, I think, like me and Legend again, but we told them we were playing. So I was like, are you guys still going to play? And then He's like, "Yo, playing with Lil Gators." I'm like, "What the fuck?" Okay.
Yeah, I swear, if we weren't doing BTH tryouts, there's no way they're picking them, or they're just not playing. But
We'll take the
but
credit.
also I think it's
Lil Gators ain't bad. So,
yeah, I think
not
it's
bad.
pretty
They're not
cool
bad.
that they sort of. I'm not saying they saw the BTH tryouts and they like, we've added some hype behind some of these amateur players' names like Syrian, Lil Gators, Gunny a little bit. We've added some hype. There's been some hype behind a few names just because they've been doing well in these tryouts and shit. So maybe they sort of caught wind of that and they think these players are pretty good as well. Like I know Frosty loves finding the next like up and coming good players, and I think he has an eye for it. So to see him, Psycho and Frosty, pick up Syrian and Lil Gators for this, obviously for fun, just something to play during the weekend. They just love fucking gaming, but it was a good look for Syrian and Lil Gators. And
The fact they beat Envy is pretty crazy.
yeah, and they actually ended up beating Envy. I don't know what was the series.
I think it was 3-1.
Was it 3-1
or 3-0 or 3-1?
Either 3-0 or 3-1, but realistically, if you're Envy, are you pissed at that?
Yeah, I'm pretty. You're playing Lil Gators.
Because you are playing Psycho and Frosty.
I think that you're
but
pissed.
playing Lil Gators.
You think you're pissed?
Like, I don't know.
If you're looking at it from Envy's perspective, like we know who Syrian and Lil Gators are. We know that they're great players. We know that they haven't competed really like that. Like,
I've just never seen them in a custom game lobby, but I only see them in matchmaking.
yeah, like we know they're good, but
I don't even know if they've played Open Cups.
They probably never
Little
have.
Gators, I don't think
They
it's
probably
played
have no
an
idea
Open
what
Cup.
Faceit.com
that's so.
even
If
is.
you look at it from that perspective, then that's why Envy would get pissed. But us, we know that they're great players. We know that if you pair them with Frosty and Psycho, they're going to excel. But Envy, they've been a team for a good couple months now, maybe even longer. They should be beating.
They should beat them. Yeah, they should 100% beat them.
Like they should be beating them. They should be beating them just because their practice. They actually talk about what they want to do. This is a pickup team. Now it's a different story when it's a pickup team with Optic and Shopify, and they're just playing for fun. But this is a pickup team with two amateur players that are on the come up.
Team,
yeah, like Envy should be performing better.
Who like I don't has Syrian played Open Cups? He's probably played some, but like these guys,
did.
I don't know if
Actually,
they've been
I
to
don't think
fucking
they make it that
events.
far.
Like,
Because remember, Syrian took SSG to Game 5, the first Open Cup after SSG formed.
oh really?
Yeah, so they
what?
played before.
You remember that? No, that's insane.
Dude, he
insane.
remembers
That's
the
insane.
weirdest shit.
Yeah, I do remember because it wasn't too long ago.
I didn't even
It
know
was
that
a couple
fucking
weeks.
happened. Wow.
But we know they're good. Envy, I feel like Envy's kind of hit a plateau. Like I haven't seen a lot more improvement from them, but they're kind of just still a top 6 team. I don't see them really competing for top 4 now.
I feel like they have the same issue that FaZe might be suffering with, like Precision having to stay on that team when like he would have happily went to FaZe. You know what I mean? So
That's a good point. That's a good point.
I think it just fucks the dynamic a little bit, in my opinion.
Yeah, I agree.
That's a good point.
But yeah, Envy losing to Team 6'8". They're called Team 6'8" because Little Gators
This is
claims
fucking
he's 6'8".
Yeah.
Well, nobody knows what he looks like.
No one knows what he looks like. No one like.
He
I'm
sounds like
telling you,
he's
he's gonna
6'8".
show up to the event and he's gonna be like a chubby 5'7".
If he's 6'8" and his name's Little Gators, kudos to him, bro. Wow.
He's the only person that has ever spelled out their name like Little Gators.
Yeah, it's not even Lil. Even though up here it says Lil, his
Oh, you mean
gamer
like the
tag
actual
is
word little?
Yeah.
I've never noticed that.
I've never seen that. But he's like he's.
I
really
hope
good.
he's not 6'8" though, because if
kinda sounds
if
6'8".
he's actually
Does sound
6'8", it's like we pick him up because like
I've
if
heard
you're
him talk on
6'8",
Cycle
you're
Stream,
fucking
I'm like,
trash.
He needs to
He's
get in the
6'8".
paint. He needs to get in the paint and get on the court and play some ball. If he's 6'8",
Anyone over like 6 foot's pretty bad.
who else?
Like that's why I was 6 foot and I was just like
I'm
kinda
5'11".
there.
I'm
6'10".
kinda-
Remember 6'10"? His gamer tag was really 6'10".
There was Clutch. Like, see, once you get like
Yeah, but
Clutch
Wes
is
is
like
like
6'3",
yeah.
so it's like and we saw what we saw out
Like,
of
but it
him.
takes so long for that shit to travel to your hands from your brain. Like,
Yeah, there's just like the sitting. You got Pomage, who's absolute garb
Yeah,
when it
just-
comes to comp play, but he's like
five.
good at sniping, I guess. So like any height you see,
you got to be
it's
a
just-
midget to be a great. I've come to the conclusion.
Yeah,
That's
the,
true.
the
You gotta be
shorter
5'6"
you are,
Royal too.
you're just comfy in your
Yeah,
little
that's-
fucking chair.
No, just goes to your brain to your fingers so fast. I assume, right? Like, it makes sense.
It does.
Because I always just felt uncomfy in chair. My legs are out, fucking arms are out, shoulders broad.
Or like in a fold chair, in a fold up chair, or like the
gaming chairs with
Oh,
the
the game chairs,
armrests.
yeah,
Like
the
I
armrests.
could not get comfy in them.
Nick would always get the full chair in like the pro player area. Nick would never play with the actual.
Yeah,
I always-
I
I
like
always
the
do fold
fold
up- I
up
always do fold up
fucking
too, yeah.
family picnic chairs.
it just feels so fucking like open. Like, I can just get like loose.
I need the armrest to like push my arms in, so I'm just like staying stationary.
But yeah, I guess that's about the only thing from the Open Cup. What do you Matt, can you pull up the list I sent you? I want Bound to look at the BTH tryouts list. I sent them in DMs.
Into this. Let me see this.
What do you think about this list? This is sort of a top 16, who we got right now, who we're thinking of.
So this list, you want me to send the new list? All right, actually, the second one. That second one.
There's the second one.
Well, both lists.
No, because this one
or is it all just one?
Because that one here.
Just look at them all.
Because
are there any names you see here that you're like, you know what, they're actually decent?
Wait, pause. The reason why I'm saying this is because Cafe is not on the main list.
Cafe con leche, that guy?
Yes, that's why I'm saying that.
So Cafe's not top 24.
No,
he didn't make the cut.
He's not going to Hollywood.
And he's finding out now on the podcast.
No. They found out beforehand. They found out like today.
Well, this isn't about like the official list. Just I want Bound to look at this list.
Tell me who I think the best four is.
Yeah, who do you think if you were to form a team?
Yeah.
Is there no one above Lil Gators?
No.
Is that the top?
Yeah.
Okay.
Just go. You can scroll up to where Ambition 2.
If you're picking out of these 4 players, like don't forget about the Ambition 2s, the Wily Coyotes.
I'm looking at Wily Coyotes right now.
Nuclear Blaze, Chills. Chechen Wolf is like 18. He plays on an Xbox.
Yeah, I know, man.
But he's actually. I was watching his POV and he's like pretty good.
He's not bad, yeah.
Especially for playing on a fucking Xbox. I was like,
he doesn't
get this
even
guy
realize how
PC.
bad.
Like there might be potential here.
He just got a monitor. Like
he probably gets so unlocked. He probably doesn't even know it. He'd be going for like 360 no scopes and hitting that shit if he got on PC.
So out of these names, and this is for the BTH tryouts, the AM community.
Yep.
This isn't for the Optic Halo pod. This is for the BTH tryouts, the real core Halo community.
Like what are you hoping to get with? Like the top 12, top 16?
Well, it's top 20. It was top 16, and then we extended it to top 24. And the way it's going to work is it's going to be a 4-team or 4.
Well, no, I meant like, what are you guys hoping to play? Because you guys plan to go to the LAN event with whoever before you get right. What are you hoping to place at that LAN?
Pool play?
Yeah, pool play.
Top 16? Okay.
Yeah.
I got you. All right. I mean, number one draft, I'm going Little Gators, bro. That boy is fucking...
Number 1 draft, Lil Gators?
Little fucking Gators.
Then do you go Syrian? Or I'm not even going to say anything.
I don't know, because I'm not going to just like go like who I think is the 4 best. I'm going to try to make like who I think is the best team, to be honest, because that's just how it works. With
4 of these players are going to make the actual team.
Yeah, so I'm going to go Little Gators. I'm going to do Syrian and Syrian just because like, it just beat Envy.
I feel like they think they're like a little duo too.
Yeah,
like
they
maybe calling themselves BTH now.
Yeah, they do.
We'll go. Wait, who was that kid who used to play on mouse and keyboard? It's Inspired. It's that kid.
No.
That kid loves BTH too, doesn't he?
Yeah,
Inspired?
he does.
He wasn't mouse and key, was he?
No.
I'm pretty sure.
No.
It's not him?
No, only people that are mouse.
He loves BTH.
Yeah.
He has a BTH overlay and everything.
He doesn't play mouse. Wait, he doesn't play mouse.
He always plays with Snakebite.
He doesn't play mouse and keyboard.
No, Lil J and Mailman are mouse and keyboard.
Lil J, Mailman, Ambition 2.
Yeah, Ambition 2. Yep.
I'm not gonna lie. After these 2, I really don't know. I want to say Gunny, but like, I know Gunny's good enough. I just don't know if Gunny makes it like toxic. Because I'm not saying Gunny's a toxic player, but sometimes I watch him play these open tourneys in the past, and he's kind of just like not mentally checked, but he's just like I want to consider him like locked as possible. If that makes sense.
Yeah, Gunny's gotten some backlash about because like he's gotten backlash, I think, a little bit about his comms. Sometimes he tries to, like, he says he doesn't want to IGL, but like during the game, it seems like he tries to tell say what people should do and what they should do, and it's not even the right play some of the times. This is what I've noticed. And he has beef with like other Amis and like the Uzis and Zuzis don't want to team with him, and he has like people who they've stopped fucking with each other. They're unfollowing each other on Twitter. So there's like with Gunny, there comes like he's had beef and stuff. I'm just like, bro, you shouldn't be beefing with Amis. Like
he's trying to change his ways now, though. Like I did.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Gunny anyway. I'm gonna go Gunny. He's pretty damn good.
I think he's good. I think that he's one of those players where his ego and / attitude hold him back, and that's when I told him this straight up to his face. He's very receptive of if you give him advice, and he understands.
He wants to hear it. He wants to hear his flaws.
He does, and so that's what I do respect about him heavily, and that's what I like is that he will listen to what you have to say, especially if it's coming from somebody that has accomplished more than he has. I know Frosty kind of mentors him a little bit, but there was a time period where he did have beef with hella AM players. It came out like the Twins had problems with him because they were going to try and DM him the team, and then he ended up.
They went to DM to ask him to team, and Gunny had him unfollowed. So they're like, all right, well, fuck this.
Yeah, and so that
Like,
Wait,
then they got like top 4 in the next open, and Gunny got fucking.
Did Gunny unfollow them like a day or two prior to that, or he just never followed them?
apparently it was after
He unfollowed.
Yeah, he unfollowed them after Arlington because I think they beat him in Arlington or something like that. So they unfollowed him then, but they didn't realize it until they went to go DM him, and he just unfollowed both of them.
Okay.
But they also are like local friends. He's taken them to
Just
lands
in UZ,
before.
yeah, they're all like New York, right?
Yeah, exactly. So they have an actual relationship. So they took it to heart when he unfollowed them because they looked at him as like a big homie.
Yeah.
And so like they came out about that, and then it was Morgan from Dark Inside. Previously, he came out and said that he had some problems. There was, I think, not Glitchy, but some other players that have teamed with Glitchy before. There was a bunch of people. It was a bunch of people coming out after the twins spoke out. And that's when I decided to go and have the conversation with him and ask him about all these people talking about him, because there's no reason why you should be burning bridges in the AM scene. None at all, because you never know when you can cross a bridge again.
Like, you're never trying to be IGL. I feel like you just like shut up in a stat. You know?
Well,
you're trying to just like look like a god.
He said he wants to do that, but he assumes that IGL role because
he's thinking too much.
He's thinking too
is.
much. Yeah, like you've seen it like just like
because he believes that the people that he's teaming with don't know as much as him, which is entirely, it could be true.
Yeah.
It could be completely true, but you should not treat your teammates that way or kind of talk down upon them because you want to bring them up and give them confidence. You want some camaraderie. You know what I'm saying? So you don't want to.
I feel like that's a big aspect of Infinite, to be honest. Like if you're not buying in with your team, like the game's a lot. I mean, your team. So
100%.
Yeah, sometimes like you have to just like trust with your comms.
It's all trust, to be honest. Yeah.
Trust with your comms that your teammates are gonna make the right play, or at least what they think is the best play for them. Like once you start like trying to force plays, like we saw. Once you start trying to force plays, it completely takes them out of, okay, well, my plan was to do this. You want me to do this? Like, I don't even know if that's going to be, but fine, just to be a good teammate, I'll listen to it. And then it's like, boom, double naded, kill, dead.
Yeah.
Like, I even saw in one of the FaZe matches, which I think this is where they're kind of in. They were losing. Snakebite's in a fight. Tribute was like, Snakebite, come here. Or Snakebite, drop down low, drop down low. He was like, come with me. Let's push bottom mid. Goes bottom mid, just eats a nade, dies. Snakebite drops after, like he dies, and I'm just like, that was such a forced play because FaZe was like seemingly frustrated, and we're just trying to force something to happen. And I was like, those are the plays you can't just like force something.
Yeah,
it was
there's a time and place for it, but mostly it's just like calming and trusting. Like obviously you got to do coordinated pushes, but that's something you like work on in like scrims
that
we're getting spawn trapped, we know what to do.
That trust should be getting built in the scrims, in my opinion.
Yeah.
I remember you guys were talking about, I think it was Zane earlier, about like the trying this online and shit. I think trying online is a huge, like it's very important, just because like that's where you like build the trust with your team.
Yeah, I mean the reason that I think that we were so good on Optic when I was on the roster is because we always gave it our all, like day in and day out in scrims.
You boys
like we always tried. We always tried. Like obviously there was gonna be times where we kind of like,
you boys left nothing out there on the field.
Yeah,
I swear to God.
Thank you. I mean that's good to hear, because I think that a lot of teams they lack that. They
I tried. I was like, God damn, they're them.
Some people just take online. They don't take online serious because it's online, but that you practice how you play.
Yeah, you have to. Yeah. I mean, I've always been someone who just tries my dick off like in everything I play, and
you
like,
should. That's a good habit.
That little trait. It just takes you so far. Just because like
in anything,
everyone wants to play with somebody who's always trying.
Yes, bro. In anything in life, like even some of these players on this list, like the way that we determine this is by comms, your coachability, your ego, your attitude, skill, like all of the above. But it's not just your skill. That's what I think a lot of AM players might think, that that's how you get on teams, is just your skill. But something I was stressing heavily to them was comms. So we did like 8s the past couple of nights, because at first it was top 16, but I couldn't figure out a 16 player. So I was just holding 8s to kind of watch their gameplay and, you know,
Are you like sitting in the call like Zuma does?
Yeah, sitting in the call doing listenings and everything.
You're like, yo, fucking call out Chechemov.
No,
He's like on his Xbox. I'm trying.
I would tell them after games. I would be like, yo, I really need you to start calming because you have the skill, but you are not the full package right now. You need to work on this.
Who's gonna coach? When are you guys gonna coach? If they
there's like
we got the watch party. Might get 8. Bring out Ace
TV.
TV.
Nah.
Ace might make the team worse.
Drink your fucking piss, man.
Drink your piss on your drops.
Nah, Ace will have them fucking waking up early to stretch their fucking spinal fluids.
I can imagine Ace in the comp. Like what Ace is saying. Like imagine you're down to the tune and Ace is trying to give you like a war like speech and like a comeback. He's just saying the craziest shit. You're like, what?
But we'll maybe get some sort of coach. But all right,
I think my fourth man I'm gonna do is
Lil Gators. Syrian,
Yeah, Crewville.
It's not a bad
Lil
pick.
Gator, Syrian, Gunny, and Crewville.
Yeah, I don't really know. Like, I know we just said about I don't want to go off skill. I'm going off skill. I don't really know these people that well, like as to how they are teammates and stuff. So I kind of have to go off skill.
Yeah.
But I feel like that. Based off these
I mean,
names,
it's hard
probably
to
the
even
best,
say
like,
when we're listening to them because it's like I don't know these guys from a fucking.
I don't know their mental,
bag
they're
of shit.
mentally. Yeah.
But
I just
like,
know
I'll-
the matchmaking. Like that guy's a hard ass kill, kind of.
Groover's nice. Groover's nice.
Yeah,
He's a
Groovy's
good-
kind of nice.
He's a member of the BTH community as well. Like he's just like inspired. So I think that's a good top 4. I
Yeah.
think that those are definitely the top prospects for this, along with Necessity.
You could touch him off on a PC. Yeah, we can throw him as a sub.
Yeah, I agree. And he says
yeah, I
he
want to
says he's
see
trying-
more from him.
He says that he's trying to get like a better setup and he's trying to go hard. So I think that what you guys are saying is what all these players should take note of if they watch the podcast. Just trying your ass off online, it's going to get you farther
That
than you
should get
actually
you
think.
far.
Like that's how I think that I've been able to have a long career, is that I would just try and be a good teammate. I was a shithead sometimes and just would not have my head in the game, but at the end of the day, I would still give it my all in practice. I would still make sure that I'm trying to be the best person that I can be for the team. And that's what other people don't kind of take into consideration, is they just kind of be like, oh, online, let's just play, go through the motions, and then just go to the tournament and see what happens. But if you're actually trying to win, then you're going to make sure that you try your ass off day in and day out, scrims, VOD, whatever it may be, to improve. That way you're fully prepared when you leave for the event. But
Yeah, you need to find real situations that actually matter. Like when you get 4 dead and you on recharge, and then you all spawn C, and they're holding the crosses. What do we do? Like those type of situations are what you need to figure out, not some like weird nitpicky shit.
It's hard to replicate those real situations if you're not trying hard.
Yes,
You know what I mean?
yes.
Because your first spawner will
You're
probably
gonna run
spawn up
into
and just go and
these
die.
situations in scrims, so you need to you need to be going hard. You need to be sort of taking mental notes of like, okay, this, if we would have just did this, that actually would have worked. Obviously, it's easier said than done, but
I feel like having that mindset too of like only taking some land series. No shot at you guys, but it's kind of like an older mindset. Just because like with the current landscape, like I feel like every team in the top 8 is scrimming a lot. You know what I mean? Like everyone scrims a lot. Everyone, I mean, I don't know how hard people are going to VOD and shit. I mean, we don't watch VOD, but like everyone's at least scrimming. You know what I mean? Like I don't know how it was like 10 years ago, but
no, that's a good point. That's a really good point. You're on
Yeah.
point today. Because they,
you too.
thank you. Because like back in the day, you would have the TLN, or you would
You
have
the Laniacs.
Yeah, you wouldn't be so concerned.
so where I would wait till I'm gonna fuck them up at the TLN.
I can't-
Yeah,
Trying
like
to
you
shit.
wouldn't take the online, like you would scrim online, but it wasn't how it is now, where it's your job, it's your career, like you have a set like time
Like
every
multiple
day.
teams are taking this shit very serious. Like
Yes, but like back then, people just were like, oh, let's just go to TLN, we'll be straight. Like play for 5 days, nonstop grinding, we'll be straight for the event, and that is exactly how the mindsets were. Nowadays, you have to take online serious because
I mean, it's year
points-
4. We're still scrimming a fuck ton.
You should.
Pro league, like it's
That's how
you
all
have
teams should
to.
be. Like even for instance, I think TSM hasn't scrimmed once, or maybe they scrimmed
Yeah, I think it's
like,
scrimmed like twice since the event. That's kinda crazy.
and I don't think that they are a team that has afforded or what's the word?
Yeah, I
like
mean,
afford
they
themselves
did
like a
just get
break.
third, so like there's a little bit of a break, but I don't know. I kind of just want to see them. Let's not fall back to the old ways. I mean, especially with those 4. Like I just want to see them just go hard as fuck.
Yeah, like if they just got a good placing, that should be enough motivation to
Yeah.
keep. Like you want to get back and go scrim
But
right
it's-
away.
I'm not gonna get into
Because they're a
that.
great
It's just another
team.
06. It just pisses me off.
And this is no disrespect to them at all, but I do think that they need.
They're
to
a great
start
team. They're a great
practicing
team.
more.
They're,
Yeah,
they're a great team because they like it's the trust thing too. Like if they could just go harder, I feel like they could actually make a grands and do something.
they're friends. They don't doubt each other. They believe in each other. Like all those things are
Yeah.
what you need, and they're the criteria for a successful team.
Yeah.
So I 100% agree. But I would say let us know, people in the comments, if you know any of these players, who do you think is the best for the BTH team?
Yep.
Who's 17 and 24, by the way?
So it was going to be top 16, and the way it was
Oh,
going to
that's
work.
17 through 24.
Yeah. So I did that this morning. So
Okay.
it was going to be top 16, 4-team tournament, 4 people per team, double elim, and then cash prize at the end. Now it's still going to be double elim tournament, 4 people per team, but 24 people instead. So a couple extra teams.
Okay.
I couldn't decide on the 16th player because there was like flaws and positives for a lot of players, a lot of them. The top 15, I was like, all right, everybody's got decent comms. They can work on it. If they don't, like I can tell that they have the drive. They have good skill. They can be molded. Like I got the other, they're good slayers. I was like, all right, I got these players down. But for the rest, I was like, all right, I don't know what to do. And I was even, Nick and I talked about it too. And you didn't have to be winning your games or your series to be on the list. You just had to actually show out and stand out from the rest of the pack. And so The 16th player decided was going to be Ambition 2. He's a mouse and keyboard player, very, very good. Great skill. He's been actually popping off and consistent as well.
Yeah, man, he's pretty good.
And then the rest of the players did that this morning, and that's why I was holding the 8s just to see more from them.
You did this morning?
Yeah, I made the 17 through 24 this morning, and I did the 8s last night and Saturday.
Okay. I thought you did the 8s this morning. I was like, Christ.
No, I'll probably do some tonight after the Pro League, but you know, I saw really good comms from Nuclear Blaze, probably the best comms out of anybody on the list.
Having good comms as an AM is crazy. Just because, like,
yes, that's what I'm saying.
It's like the most rare attribute like AMs have is good comms.
Yes, I
I
literally
was like mouth breathing like on my ex.
I had to take him out of the 8s because he was making the game easier for the other players. Because
he's like actually standing on his death camp. They're like, bro, how you doing that?
Bro. He was telling his teammates.
How are you doing that? How'd you know they were there?
Bro, he's about to chow you. Like, I swear he's about to chow you.
Bro, he was doing that. He was telling them like, get out of the hill. Like when like to play for time when they're up 3-1 in the King of the Hill game.
Oh, he's doing shit like, okay, that's great.
He was doing a lot. And I was like, all right.
Ryan Newbie? Okay.
Yeah, I was like, you're doing too much. Let me get other people in here because if they see somebody on their team calling out like that and doing the heavy lifting, then they are not going to do it as well because somebody else is already doing the job for them. So I want other people to be like, all right, I need to step it up in this regard and actually be that one person that's leading the team. Like, it's not like they have to assume the IGL role. They just have to.
Sometimes like shit just needs to be said.
Yes. Like, just say the important stuff too. A lot of amateur players, they will just call outs or just saying where people are, like, oh, one shot here. And that's it. Mm-hmm. And something else I noticed is that they will say where they spawn. And this is just like a free tip to anybody. Instead of saying where you spawn sometimes, you should say where the enemy team is going to be coming from. That way your teammates can process that information faster and before they think about where you spawn. So say you spawn across the map. Don't say, oh, I spawned across the map. Be like, oh, they're coming from here real quick. And then be like, I spawned here afterwards. That way your teammates can be on the...
You also do both. You can say like, I spawned here, they're spawning there. Like, super fast. Yeah.
Exactly.
It's like really
so that's something like after games, I would tell them like, yo, this is what I want you guys to do better. This is what I think you're messing up on. And they would be very, very receptive to it. It's actually been going very well.
Has anyone like fucking got angry? They're like, you don't play me then?
There's like, because it was 105 people at first, and then it got.
There's actually been people to like give you attitude.
Yeah.
Like, what? That's insane.
Like it went down.
Fuck you picking this motherfucker over me.
Yeah, it was like that because it went from 105.
ABG fucking 1v1.
Nah, fucking, you know Mellows?
Oh, Mellows in the shit. Oh my god.
He was like, I don't even care if I make it. I'm not playing with.
Fucking horrible.
He said, I don't care if I make it. I'm not playing with Lil Gators anyway.
Did he say this like in voice chat or like in text?
No, in text. In text.
Yeah, in like a Twitch chat or something. I don't even care if I make it. I'm not playing with Lil Gators. He's an onliner.
Okay, we said that.
Gator a lanner?
No. Gators would be like, I'll pay you $500 to make me play against Mello. And
that's actually funny.
Because I guess they have actual beef.
For sure, Mello has beef with everyone probably on this fucking list.
Yeah. And that Mello was in the top.
Just off of that, it's like, bro, like you're just not an option.
Mello was in the top 48. So like I said, it went from 105 to 48, and it was going to go from 48 to 16. And then I couldn't decide the 16, so I was like, all right, let's do 24. And so we did 24, and then that's going to be sometime this week or next weekend.
Wait, when you guys like get rid of people, do you have like a do you do something like a you're fired type thing? Like, you know what I'm talking about?
We just don't call their name.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
I feel like you should literally like drag them to the call.
Tryouts. Look, find to see if your name's on the sheet.
You should drag them to the call and be like, yeah, like you just can't kill one shots. We're sorry, man. Like you guys.
I mean, I do
my future. You gotta
and then just disconnect them from the
disconnect
call.
Because how it was going is Nick would have a couple lobbies and I would have a couple lobbies, and so after Nick and I would talk about like what we think that they were doing right with what we think they were doing wrong, et cetera, just kind of giving our critiques, and the players do listen to that. But again, I think a lot of the players, they do, not these players, but other people that tried out, they do have some things to work on, whether it be comms, skill, mechanics, movements, and that's what we'll tell them too. Like, work on your movement a little bit, work on your mechanics. For instance, Mini B, he's a young kid. Shout out to Mini B as well. You think he's like 15?
Mini Berserker?
Yeah, he's like 15 or 16. Like that. And he would get the oddball, and then he would just like look at the wall or be constantly moving with it. And so I told him,
like trying to rotate it.
Yeah. So I told him like, yo, even though you have the oddball, you still can watch an angle. You still have something. You're still a player on the map. Work on dropping and shooting and everything. And he's very young, but he's very receptive. I wish the best for him, and I hope he goes far. But even Inspired, you would like this for last night. Inspired was like trying to be vibey with the team. He's like,
I know he's fake as fuck.
But he was trying to talk to him and everything. And I was like,
it sounds like a reality TV show. I'm not gonna lie.
It is basically. it's been a lot of fun. It's been a lot of fun. And literally, he heard me saying that on stream. He comes in this morning. He's like, "Why'd you say I was fake vibey? I'm king vibes. I'm just trying to get the team right." I'm like, "No,
like no, bro. You're trying to get it right now. So we talk about how you're like, yeah, inspired fits on the team. Right? He's like, he's got good vibes. He's the glue to the team. Like it might be something we."
Bro, Nick,
and I called him out. I was like, Inspired doesn't even fucking want this. And he DM'd me. He was like, bro, trust me, I want it.
What the fuck is wrong with you? I'd fucking die for BTH. Look my overlay.
And then I'm like, okay, so for the last 4 years, you've never gotten a team. You've never scrimmed. You've never played in an open cup. All you've done is play with Lucid, me, and Snakebite. Like, you don't care.
I can say
you
that
did
a lot
not
about
care.
Wait, has Cafe actually been playing, though?
he was playing in the 8s.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
that guy was pretty good at Halo 5. He was a good top end.
He was making some. He really impressed me with
He's
like a
pretty good.
4-minute span of plays he made. It was like perfect Halo.
My only issue with Cafe was his comms, and I would tell him this too.
Yeah, he was pretty quiet.
It's just like, he just wouldn't be saying certain, like he wouldn't even just be calling out certain things that he should. Like
if there's shit on the screen, he's not even saying.
Yeah, like he's shooting somebody and then just not calling it out. I'm like, you still need to put emphasis on certain people. Like you die with a weapon, say, oh, like this sniper's down here, let me, like somebody go get it. Oh, they got it. Like things like that. Like just some more emphasis. And that's how I judge a lot of these players, because if you actually are calming, like for instance, Halo Elite, he was calming his ass off. Nick compares him to Wes, like calming his ass off. He's all around player.
That fucking sucks.
But no, he's like one of the people that moved on.
No, he just seemed like Halo Elite, which I've never even heard this fucking name.
Oh, Halo Elite, never heard this guy?
Me either.
He was a Halo 5 matchmaking kid too.
But he was like, he's just sort of like a slower player. His shot's pretty steady.
He's slow in this game?
But yeah, he seemed just more slow, steady shot, good comms, but kind of like, I definitely didn't get the feel of like a cracked, skilled, young kind of player. I kind of got
try not to
like
scam type shit.
Yeah, try not to scam, play a little slow, like.
Whisper.
So I didn't know what to think of him, but we advanced him.
Whisper, he actually won the 1v1 at DreamHack Dallas. I didn't even know that. Like,
but who's he beating for that?
Who'd he beat?
I have no idea.
Fucking.
But it's a little accomplishment. He was happy as hell. I saw it on his Twitter. He's like,
I mean, that shows individual skill. We'll take that.
That is
Probably
true.
Can't call out for shit though.
That is true. A lot of these players, they have great skill. A lot of them have.
I feel like the biggest thing probably everyone that's listening to focus on is just intangibles. To be honest, it's probably like every amp. Like they should all just focus on like standing on your fucking death cam.
Yeah. Well, they don't even take that into consideration. I don't even think that they're
like
at that level yet to actually be focused on the death cams. A couple people that were mentioning that were Plays and Nessity. Nessity was kind of assuming that IGL role, and he was going off. He was going like plus 20 or plus 10.
I thought you were saying the comms.
Yeah, but he was saying to one of his teammates, he's like, yo, where'd he go? And the guy's like, oh, I don't know. I'm off my death cam. And Nessity was like, yo, make sure you stay on that, which I think is
Are you
good.
fucking kidding me?
But they
Fucking kidding me? You're fucking them all tryout.
He's like, all right, I'm already on an uneven team. Like, y'all need to help me.
You could probably take whatever 4 people on this list stay on their death cam, take those 4, and they probably can make pro play off of that one intangible alone.
Yeah, well, that's because nobody else is doing it. That's
no one else does that shit.
Nobody else is doing
tough, man.
Even like in the top 8, like I swear there's some people who are like, I swear to that shit.
It's gonna be tough. Matt, click on the. I don't think we have anything else. Yeah, just the. Well, I guess actually last thing we have. Yeah, I don't know if we want to do
Best control players all time.
We could do that. It's a whole list. So we could save that.
We
for next
can't
time.
comment on COD though.
We'll save it for next time. Last thing we have the first league match. What is it called? Is it like the LVT
Pro League? LVT
Yeah.
Shopify Pro League, something like that?
LVT Shopify Pro League. First matches today. Optic versus FaZe 5. What is it?
4
Central.
4 Central, yeah.
But yeah, Optic versus FaZe is going to be kicking off the LVT Shopify Pro League. Finally got it situated. Are you guys happy about like the format and stuff? Is it kind of, are you just like, fuck it, who cares at this point?
I kind of was down forever. I think this is definitely better. It's not so fucking like, this wasn't too much. I think we get like money for every match we win.
Yeah.
Which is like
I think it's 1,000.
I think we get like $250 each if you win a match.
Nice.
Yeah.
So it's
Pretty
a nice
good.
little incentive. So I'm pretty excited for it. I never played in a pro league. I know you guys had it in Halo 5 and shit. I always liked watching it back then. I'm pretty excited.
It's good
All right.
content.
Yeah, got some, still some exciting stuff, man. We still, the BTH watch party still has hopefully 4 events that we're going to get to. Still plenty of stuff. We got
I
the
thought about it too. We're literally like a month away from Salt Lake City. I know it doesn't feel like
Yeah,
it. Just,
exactly a month.
Like literally a month.
We got the Pro League holding us down till then. We got the LAN qualifier coming up. But besides that, I guess that's going to do it for us. It's going to do it for Halo. I appreciate you all tuning in, man. But yeah, that's gonna do it for us. See you next time. Also, 2,000 likes and me and APG quit vaping. All right, peace out.